Hey, what's up guys, BriarRabbit here, and today I'm making a video of all my create-a-classes. This was actually a subscriber request. So if this is your sort of deal, then check it out. Let's take a look. So let's just jump right in here, create-a-class. So you can see I actually have bought the 10 extra create-a-class sets, but I didn't set them up. I find that it's way too many. I just didn't need them. At one point I did set up class set 2, and I've prestige since then, so it just got erased. It's a lot of creative classes to set up, especially if you're prestiging. So maybe when I get to master prestige, I'll set the rest of them up. But for now, I just tend to sit on class set 1. So let's check it out. So the first 3 are pretty much my try-hard pants setups. The go-to assault. The assault rifle in this one actually changes based on my mood. Right now it's the MTAR. I like the MTAR. It's not as good as the SCAR or the AN-94, but it's a good gun. You'll often see that I run stock. I find that stock is a very useful gun attachment. I use it almost all the time. I really like it. It just helps me. It doesn't only help me stay on target by moving my character a little bit faster, but it also helps me avoid getting shot. As soon as I see an enemy, I'll just start strafing right or strafing to the left. I can move a little faster than some enemies can aim, and it keeps me alive a little longer. I have fast mags on this one too. Fast mags is, I don't know, I switch between fast mags and extended mags. I like extended mags because when I run into 3 enemies, it's a little easier to take all 3 of them out. I have a little extra ammo in my clip. I don't have to reload. Fast mags is cool because if I run into 1 or 2 enemies, I can just top off really quick before I run into the next one. But I still have to top off while I'm in a fight against 3 or 4. So, I don't know. I tend to prefer extended mags. On this class, I have fast mags. Suppressor, I love running suppressor. It keeps me off the radar, and that's what you want. Lightweight, you'll see a lot of my classes running lightweight. I cannot stand slow-moving classes. Actually, in the Best Weapon Shootout right now, I'm doing a couple of the LMGs, and it drives me crazy. It really does, moving that slow. Toughness on assault rifles is almost mandatory. You have to have it. It's everything else in perk 2 slot is really secondary to toughness. I have awareness on this one. A lot of times I'll be running the dexterity perk in perk 3, but I find that awareness is a lot better than it used to be, and especially with a silenced weapon, I've been using it a lot more. C4 for the lethal equipment. I love C4. It's just fun to play with. When I'm doing my best to try hard, I usually go with C4. And for tactical, I have a flashbang. Next up, we have my TDM Peacekeeper. I love the Peacekeeper. It's like an assault rifle. It's like having an M27 with faster movement speed. Again, we have the stock. Again, we have fast mag. And again, we have suppressor. You'll see that when I'm trying hard, I have extra magazines, or I have some way of getting ammo in my gun faster. I have a stock, and I have a suppressor to keep me off the radar. That's what I do when I'm trying hard. Lightweight again, toughness again. This one I went with engineer and a black hat. When I'm running this class, I'll often set up something with a what do you call them? The crates that fall from the sky. The name of them is slipping my mind right now, but you know what I'm talking about. And C4. I actually don't run care packages that often, and therefore I don't run this class that often. But when I do, or when I find I'm in a lobby with a team that's running a lot of care packages, I'll switch to this class. Or if I'm finding that I'm getting one of those black worm style campers, I'll switch to something with a black hat so I can get either underneath them or near the building and take out some of his equipment. Next up, we have my TDM SMG. This is the MSMC. Again, I said this is a try-hard class, and it certainly is with the MSMC on it. Fast mags and laser sight. This one is a little bit of a switch. I don't have the stock on it. I have the laser sight instead. This is really for getting behind enemy lines and trying to just mix it up as much as possible. And with the increased movement speed on the MSMC, I don't find that I need the stock as much, although I still have lightweight on it. This one, I go through magazines so fast that I put Scavenger and Toughness on this. So Scavenger isn't one of the perks that I run most, but I like it on this one because I can use extra C4s and extra flashbangs. And Tactical Mask I have because it's a rushing class and there's so many of those stupid shock charges on the ground all the time that I find the Tac Mask helps me out with those. Next up, these are 2 two classes that I set up for the Best Weapon Shootout series that I do. If you haven't checked that out on my channel, check it out. It's pretty good. But what I do each week is I take two weapons that are kind of similar, and I compare them. And this week I'm working on the LSAT and the MK48. You can see I've gone a lot further with the MK48. I've actually got it gold. The LSAT, I've maxed out the current level. I probably won't go further than that just because I'm really trying to figure out what attachments and you know, what equipment and whatnot work best with each weapon so I can make a good recommendation at the end of it. But you can see I'm really, these are just playing around, so I wouldn't take these too seriously right now. The LSAT, I have the flak jacket on it. Toughness, I find, is really useful for these LMGs. Tactical mask, a grenade trophy system for trying to protect myself. The assault shield, this isn't working out for me, I'll be honest with you. I haven't had much success. And the suppressor with the LMGs is pretty successful. Foregrip doesn't really seem to help much. What do I have on the MK48? Again, the foregrip doesn't help much. Target finder, not really that necessary with the LMGs. Lightweight and hardline. Hardline is nice, trying to get those streaks up. And I have toughness, obviously. Dexterity doesn't really help with the LMGs. Again, you shouldn't really be running around that much. And if you do run into an enemy while you're running, dexterity isn't going to help you. And a couple of campy equipment slots there. All right, so this one is my anti-target finder. So if you find that you're watching your kill cams and you're getting a lot of target finder kills, or that that heat, what is it, the heat signature scope that you can attach to some guns, I'll switch to this, and this one's got cold-blooded on it. So basically, again, the assault rifle will change. Sometimes I'll even put an SMG in here, depending on my mood. But I always have a class that's really set up for this. And this class is not only good for when I'm faced with a lot of target finder guys, but when I'm also set up against a big camper. So I got the tactical insertion in here, I have engineer in here, and I have a grenade. This is just stuff to try and help me get those campers out. I run tactical insertion instead of EMP just because so many people have that stupid trophy system now. You really see that black worm setup a lot. I don't know if you guys heard about the black worm, but if you haven't, Google it or search it on YouTube. The guy he's a menace. He's a menace. And a lot of people are copying him now. So tactical insertion, not tactical insertion, that's wrong. That should be an EMP grenade, sorry. And this should be, I'm sorry, what am I looking at here? Black hat, that's what I want it to be. It should be the black hat, not tack insertion. I'm not sure why it was tack insertion. So yeah, the black hat will help me just get rid of the enemy equipment a little easier and root those campers out. Play the freaking objective here. So this is really the objective class that I have. I don't play a lot of objective games. I usually play TDM or Kill Confirmed or even Every Man for or Free for All. But when I do, I tend to like to be the guy who's just going after the objective constantly. So this is a class that I've set up for that. So I have the Scorpion Evo on there because there's nothing that kills fast or close range aside from the shotguns. I have the laser sight and the suppressor. These are things that are just going to help me not get killed while I'm trying to take objectives. Up here I have a lightweight so I can get to the objectives a little faster, and I have flak jacket so once I'm on the objective, I'm not getting killed by C4 or grenades. Cold-blooded for those guys who sit in the windows with their target finders and try and get the guys who are who are actually doing some work. Tac mask so that the shock charges and the flashbangs aren't going to get me. A grenade so I can clear out the objective before I get there. And a trophy system, again, so that I'm not getting barraged by all sorts of grenades or equipment and stuff. So this is pretty much what I use when I'm playing an objective game like Domination. Again, the guns are constantly changing on these, so it's not always the Scorpion on that. It can be one of many things. It's really the perks and the equipment that tend to stay more the same. Silent but deadly. This is when I am playing against people that constantly have UAVs up in the air. I'll just switch over to this class, and it really helps. Again, the gun may change, but the equipment and the attachments on this one tend to stay the same. So I have the suppressor and extended clip. Extended clip is actually important for this one as opposed to fast mags because the enemy can hear you reloading. So if you have extended clip, you just stay off. You keep your character from saying reloading or click, clack, clack, you know, whatever. Perk 1, I have lightweight and ghost. So I'm never on the enemy radar with this class. And I like that. Unless they get a, you know, a spy plane up in the air. Not a spy plane, but yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Dexterity just helps me get that gun up when I get caught off guard. C4 and flashbang. Now you'll notice a lot of the times I will not run dexterity and stock in the same class. I find that they are a bit redundant. If I have stock, then I'm normally not running as much. When I am running stock, I'm not getting caught, you know, running as much. When I'm running with dexterity, I don't find that I need stock that much. So dexterity, I think, works better with SMGs, and stock works better with assault rifles. But, you know, your mileage may vary on that. Shoddy 2 Hottie is just my shotgun class. This one, again, is set up basically to root out campers. I don't run the shotgun that much. When I do, it's the R870. I mean, it's clearly the best shotgun. It's got a long barrel on it and the quick draw handle. That's pretty standard stuff. I do carry a B23R for some longer range gunfights when I need it. I can switch to it quickly, and that's why I have fast hands on as well. So I will quickly switch between my primary and secondary with fast hands on this one. Lightweight, so I can get up close. Awareness, so when I'm in buildings, I can hear people and find them easier. And dexterity, again, because I'm often running and I need to get that gun up in a hurry. And then a flashbang, so I can just chuck it into a room and come in guns blazing. Pretty easy one. And the ballista one is one that I've really been working on. I don't really snipe too much in this game, so using the ballista is kind of new for me. I only have it at level 3. I'll probably play with it some more next weekend. I have the ballistic CPU on it. That doesn't really seem to affect it that much for me. Flat jacket, awareness, toughness, claymores. You know, this is just to protect my back while I got my eye in the sight. You know what I'm saying? I also have the Cat 40 with fast mags. And frankly, when I'm using this class, I find myself running around with the Cat 40 more than the ballista. So I'm just not a sniper. That's how it is. So that wraps it up. That's all the classes. And I hope it helped you guys out. Let me know what you guys are using in your classes. Let me know what changes you'd make to my classes. I'd love to hear that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, maybe you could hit that like button. It really helps me out. Up on the screen right now are a couple of videos you might have missed. On the left-hand side is episode 11 of the Best Weapon Shootout. It's the M27 versus the Type 25. It was actually a pretty interesting episode, and I was surprised by the outcome. On the right-hand side is a video I made about map movement strategies. Maybe there's some tips in there that can help you out. I'll see you guys in the next video, and talk to you later. Bye.